Do you have your job interview coming up and you really want to get that job? Then keep watching because I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process that you can take to thoroughly prepare for your job interview. Hi guys, this is Kelly and welcome to my channel. So step number 1 was to know yourself. So now that you're fully prepared to talk about yourself, now is the time to know the company and know the job that you're applying for. Working as a recruiter for my previous company, I noticed that there are some interviewees who spent a lot of time to prepare talking about themselves, but they spent very little time to do the research about the company or about the job. Then in this case, the interviewer might wonder whether this applicant is really sincerely interested in this job or in this company. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you need to know like every single detail about the company or about the job. That's just impossible unless you are an employee of that company. Or, even if you're an employee of that company. So what I'm trying to say is that just try to do some research about the company and about the job as much as you can so that you can be confident in your interview when your interviewer asks you, like, can you tell us anything you know about our business? Or do you have anything to say about our newly launched product? They might ask you questions about their brand or their company or their recent event. So just be prepared to talk about those kind of things. So I would highly recommend that you take some time to go through the corporate website. You can check the corporate mission statement or the corporate vision, their goal, or like their values and principles. So try to understand the big picture, where that company is heading. And then also just try to research their business and their brand and their products. I mean, you don't have to memorize every single brand that they have or every single product that they have. All I'm saying is that you can remember a few products or a few brand names that you can mention during the interview. So that can really go a long way. That can show the interviewer the impression that you've done some research about the company and that you are really interested in working for that company. When I was working as a recruiter, there were times when I did the interview myself. But mostly I would have the interview with the hiring managers from the hiring team. And when the applicant left the room, sometimes we would just talk about, okay, so what did you think about this applicant? And I remember hearing this a lot. Like some hiring managers would say, I don't think that interviewee is really interested in our business. Or do you think that interviewee took the time to do the research about our company? Just try to spend some time to study or do some research about the company and the business and the brand. Some other things that you can also do some research on is news articles. So you can look up some press release or news articles about the company's like CSV activities or CSR activities or community activities. So this can be also something that you can do some research on and like mention it in the interview. And this is also really great if the company that you're applying for does not have a corporate website. So sometimes that happens, like the company may not have a corporate website. Then the alternative that you can take is to do some research on the news articles. Now that you've done some research about the company, now is the time to take a look at the job description. So usually in the job description, the HR person would list out the requirement for the job and like what kind of activities that you would be engaged in if you were to get the job. So let's say the job description said, assist with year-end audit and budget preparations. Then what kind of skill would you need to perform this job? Obviously, you will need to be a very detail-oriented person because you'll have to work with numbers and budgeting and year-end audit. So I think you would need your detail-oriented skills to perform this task. So try to read the job description and link the thing written down in your JD with the skill that is required of you. Try to read the job description and link the thing written down in your JD with the skill that is required of you. Okay, maybe let's do one more. Let's say the job description said you need to provide day one support for new employees. Then what kind of skills do you think you would need? There would be many different answers, obviously. I think you might need people skills because you would need to greet newly hired employees, and maybe you'll need to show them like where everything is. Maybe you can do like a lunch buddy thing. So I think you'll need some people skills to perform this task. So just read the job description one more time before you go to your job interview and just remind yourself, okay, so I would need to really highlight this skill, or I would really need to talk about my computer skills or my language skills. So you can link whatever that is written in job description to your core strengths and your core skills. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!